Okay. Greetings, Tallahassee. Welcome, Florida seniors. It's high noon, and it's about high time that Florida seniors were recognized for the leadership that they provide this nation. We live in a time of great challenges that's going to take great people to overcome them. In the last century, life expectancy has increased a full 100%. The number of older people in America have increased by 250%. The time spent in retirement has increased 1,000%, from 14 months to 15 years. This nation is changing, and we need leaders who can rise to that challenge. Who is going to answer that challenge to make America not only a good place for older people, but a good place for children and everybody else in between? We're all members of one human group. We cannot leave the problems of the aging and the challenges of the aging only to the experts and the scientists and things of this nature. It's going to take common people to carry that burden. Aging is a big field, and someone told me the other day there are now so many experts in the field of aging that if you laid them end to end, it would be a good thing. It's going to take common people, older people, younger people. Red and yellow, black and white are going to unite the energy of youth and the wisdom and knowledge of age to make a country better for everyone. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? You got to be silent. Do you hear it? Do you hear the voices of the elderly living alone? Do you hear the voices of the elderly who are impoverished? Do you hear the voices of the elderly who have no hope? They need our elder ambassadors. Those are the voices that cannot be heard by the human ear. They have to be heard by the human heart. And that's what our elders have, a big heart. What can common people do? Thanks for being there for me. What can common people do? Well, you can help an elder and help a young person by being an elder ambassador. And you may not get your name in the headlines, but you will find a place in heaven. Doing the right thing is the best thing anyone can do for our elders. We even read in our founding documents that all men are created equal. All of us are the same. We like to speak about the diversity in America that is so rich and makes us strong, but we also need to change our focus to what indeed do we share? What indeed do we have in common that makes us a community of humankind? And all we need to do to understand that is to look at what the elder ambassadors stand for. Enthusiasm for living, respect for life experience, a sense of community involvement, a commitment to healthy and active aging, a desire to continue learning, an interest in connecting to multiple generations, and an attitude of service. These are common things that common people will do. But Booker T. Washington said it best. He said, excellence is doing a common thing in an uncommon way. And that's what our ambassadors are doing. Common people helping other common elders with common problems and doing it in an excellent way. I looked at the principles of the ambassadors for aging. And it's interesting that those same principles of the heart of caring for your fellow man, are grounded in science. We know that the factors of human aging, those that enable someone to live a long time, 75% of the factors that will determine how long and how well you live have nothing to do with aging. They have to do with lifestyle, your sense of purpose, your dedication to exercising your mind and your body, your attitude about aging. If you don't long to live, then you won't live too long. Let us on this day and this place, let Florida become the champion for treating elders for the entire nation. We are a great nation embarking into outer space. It's proud moments for us to do that. Science in America has made us strong. But maybe we need to also focus not just on science, but focus on our human needs as well. Going to Mars is a great, great goal. But coming to the seniors' front door with the help that they need and deserve is a better trip. Dr. King said it best. He said, our faith in science has outpaced our faith in each other. He says we have too many guided missiles and not enough guided men. And so I say to you, this is how we will succeed. 3 secrets to achievement. The first one is open-minded. We must be open-minded that, yes, aging does involve some limitations. How many people in the audience worry about your memory? How many people go blank on names and faces? Have you ever gone into a room and forgotten what you came in for? Congratulations, you're normal. Yes, there are some limitations, but there's a great wealth of wisdom and personal strength and psychological hardiness that we can unite with youthful energy, that winning combination, and make us better. An open mind. What is this? 2, right? What is this? A victory, you're right too. What is this? Peace, you're all right. Or it could be a Roman ordering 5 beers. My point is, there's more than one thing, more than one way to look at things. Yes, we must address the problems of aging, but we must celebrate the potential of our older people. Open-minded. The second thing, if you're going to be open-minded, then you have to learn how to change. Change how you think, change the way you behave. Too many people are sitting back and they're just worrying, well, I don't have too much time left. I know older people who won't buy a new pair of shoes because they won't live long enough to wear them out. Aging and death don't start with physical decline. They start with a decline of hope, a lack of purpose. So I'm going to show you something about change in the second opportunity, the second secret to how to succeed. I'd like you to raise your hand like this. Raise your hands. Everybody, raise your hands into your air as high as you can. All right? Now put your purses in. No, I'm just. Raise your hands in the air. I'm going to ask you at the count of 3 to do something so simple, you'll say, Dave, I can't believe it, but go along with it just for the exercise. At the count of 3, I want you to fold your hands in front of you. Not now. I know, you guys are overachievers, okay? You wait for the, okay. Are you ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was pitiful. Let's do that again. And as fast as you can, just fold your hands. 1, 2, 3. Now look down at your folded hands. Look down at your folded hands, and I want you to study them. Is your left thumb on top? Yes. Or is your right thumb on top? How many left-handers do we have? Be proud if you're a left-hander. How many right-handers do we have, right thumbs? And people are saying, what does this mean? Do I hate my mother? Or what? I'm so no. Would you like me to tell you what this means? Nothing. It means that we go through our lives developing habits. We sit at the same chair at dinner. We go to the same route to work. That closes our mind. It's not the physical process that causes aging. It's not the broadening of your age. It's the narrowing of your mind. You have to open up yourself to possibilities. And the last, in addition to an open mind, which causes you to change your behavior and think of the possibilities, you have to be determined to keep trying and trying and trying again. Now, I'm not saying you aren't determined, but I'm asking you to be determined in all things. How many people have ever tried to get on I-10, that big highway down there, I-10? You ever tried to get on those big super highways? You go down the ramp, and what happens? People don't want to let you in. They close ranks. So you go faster, so they go faster. You slow down, so they slow down. You give them the high side and the horn, and they give it back. So what do you do when that happens? You make a U-turn on the ramp, and you go back home, and you say, honey, I couldn't go to work. I couldn't go to the senior center because they wouldn't let me on I-10. I'll bet you no one has ever done that. I'll bet you everyone here who has ever tried to get on I-10 has gotten on I-10, and the only reason you did it was because you did not give up. You did not give up. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get up, stand up, find someone you don't know, stick out your hand. Say, everybody, stand up. I know it's hot, but you got to stand up. This is a participation, and I want you to turn to that person and say, let's be champions. Let's be champions. Let Florida be champions for the nation. Thank you. God bless America.
Wasn't that great? Let's have another round of applause, Dr. Demko.